So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. Check out.
Protein spill.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
Geno Atkins on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 31.
Ready?
On 2nd and 9. Jones. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
94.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And the pressure gets to him again. Geno Atkins got home that time.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Rush in. Rushing out. 368. Switch. Undercrush.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
Mike, let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Into the secondary again, and finally marked down at the 23. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it's now a 7-0 game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Second and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check, 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 check.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing Jones. It's caught. Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Double time, double time. 4 down. Check, check.
Get it.
On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
46-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
You want this.
2nd and 5 now. Jones looking for Shepard deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates.
Jesse Bates on the coverage.
Come on.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine. Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Hey, Delta.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. I'm coming. I'm coming.
From the gun, Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 39.
Gain of 15 yards. That's another Giants first down. First and 10 at the 39.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
10 Lobo.
Let's go. No.
Greystone, Travis. 5.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ready up.
It's our time. It's our time.
Snap.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Breaks through the contact. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Mike, finish up. Lead.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Kill. Jim.
Hey. Check 13. Let's go.
Back to Mixon on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. 11 yards there, first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hands up. Lead.
We got it. Double tight, guys. Double tight. Hey.
Regular.
Got 4 down. Shit. Watch this.
Heavy.
Check 9.
Hands up.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Watch this. Check it out. 368.
Switch it. Here, switch it. Alert 3. Under 10.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. The tackle made by Eric Murray.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down now, Mixon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
And Dalton to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run with Mixon. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and goal, 1 man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon.
Check 26.
Five. It's hot. Hey. They're going to need some therapy after this.
He's coming.
Here's Dalton. And it'll be intercepted. B.J. Goodson with a pick. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Now Jones. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line. The end zone for a touchback. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so... Two remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it. I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They run for it with Mixon, and he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Now Joe Mixon. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D.
2-2. Move.
Check 37.
368.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Now it's Mixon running right. Escapes the defender. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Hands up. Leave.
37. Corner John. Hey, watch it. Watch it.
Regular. Stop. Hands high.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. From the 41, Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And some space here. That goes for a gain of 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
On first down, Barkley. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they'd have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
To try again after the sack. Jones.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Hey, exit. Yeah. Go.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Target. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
So Dalton now. He gets this one to Boyd. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
368.
Hey, alert 3. Safe. Watch the eye. Who do you want?
Hey, help.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
From just shy of midfield, Dalton under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Shit.
93, 52, 93, 44. Stop.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Dalton now to pass. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Mixon will try the right side. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know, you just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10, Crowell. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Set, ready, 30 base.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
2.
On 1st down, Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Aldrich Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. This from 54 yards away.
54 yards.
And this one is right down the middle. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Not running. Dalton wants to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Bengals, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they hit double digits.